guys, my name is Trinh and today I'm here to do my August wrap up. For the month of August, I actually read a lot of books, which is a good thing because last month in July, I read like only a few books. So I'm very happy, very satisfied with my progress this month. So in August, I read 8 books, I watched 3 movies, and then for music, I have 1 album to talk about because I need to talk about Sweetener by Ariana Grande. So for books, let's start with comic books because I read these comic books for Booktubeathon of 2018. So I will post my vlog in the cards and also in the description box below because I vlogged the week of Booktubeathon, so it was really interesting and fun. So of course I read Avatar: The Last Airbender comic books, and this is the 4th trilogy and it's called Smoke and Shadow. So in this trilogy is about this weird spirit thing going on in the Fire Nation. The children are being taken away and of course the parents are paranoid, and it's about Aang and Zuko trying to deal with this problem in the Fire Nation. And that's all I'm gonna say because I thought it was really good. It's very entertaining. It's so nice to see some old characters again, like May. I love May. I know people don't really give a shit about May, but I love this character. I think she's so cool. And of course, you know, we have new characters too, and it's very interesting. And honestly, I really enjoyed this trilogy very much. So for the first book, part 1, I gave this 5 out of 5 stars, and then for part 2 and part 3, I gave 4 out of 5 stars. So overall, it's very entertaining. It's really cute. It's not cute, what am I saying? It's just entertaining and it's fun, and if you love the show, then you might as well read the comic books. I'm just saying. The next book I read is the Bane Chronicles by Cassandra, Clare, Sarah Rees, Brennan, and Maureen Johnson. So this book is about Mr. Magnus Bane, who is, I want to say, the love of my life because I love him so much. After I finished this book, I love Magnus Bane so much. So even though Magnus Bane is a pretty prominent character in the Shadowhunter Chronicles, and I love the fact that he gets his own book. So this book contains 11 short stories, so I read all of them. I do have a book review and discussion. As of now, I have not edited yet, so hopefully that video will go up before this one because in that video, I really went in depth with like the short stories and which one you really need to read because there's like 11 short stories and I don't think you need to read all of them. I think you need to read the ones that are very important. So in that video, in my like Bane Chronicles video, I will tell you which short story that you really need to read because those are very important. So I think I gave this book 4 out of 5 stars. Basically for this book, I rated each short story and then at the end I found the average. So that was my rating for this book. But yeah, really enjoyed this book. The first time I read this was like a couple of years ago, and the first time I read this book was like a struggle. I could not finish this book. I spent like a long time reading this book, but for this year I read this, I want to say almost like 2 or 3 weeks because it was over the summer and I was really busy. But I finished this book during Booktubeathon and I was very proud of myself because I really enjoyed this book and it was much better the second time around. The first movie I watched in August is called Set It Up, and it's actually a rom-com on Netflix, so you can watch this on Netflix of course. So this movie is about these 2 interns and they have this grand plan to set their bosses up together because their bosses are just so mean and just cruel at times, and the interns are dying because they have no fun, you know, doing their job and stuff, and they decide to put the bosses together, you know, so they can be happy and such, and then they will get out free. I really enjoyed this movie. It was really fun. It was entertaining. It was also kind of funny, but like I'm not gonna sit here and be like it's the best movie in the world because it's not. I don't know why, but after I watched this movie and like a couple of weeks later I saw some people shitting on this movie, so a part of me is like, oh my god, is it a bad movie? I don't even remember what happened, you know, like I liked it as I watched it, but then now it's been weeks, I just don't remember much from the movie. So I guess it's an average movie, I guess. I don't even know, but it was entertaining. There is one thing that I really like is about the main character played by Zoe Dutch, I believe. She is a journalist in a way, or like an intern, like I said, to a pretty well-known journalist, but she wants to write, but of course she keeps putting it off because she's scared that she's gonna fail and stuff. So there's a scene where her best friend tells her that like if you want to be a writer, you must write. You must write that first draft even though it's gonna be shit, even though it's gonna be horrible, you must write it because in order to be a writer, you must put the effort into writing. And that was brilliant. I needed to see that scene. So overall, I gave this movie 4 out of 5 stars. It's cute, it's entertaining, but nothing much from that movie. I give it a pretty high rating. I feel like 4 out of 5 stars is pretty high, but it's whatever. The next book I finished is Crazy Rich Asians by Kwan. Of course, I read this book before I saw the movie, so we will talk about the movie later on. I was kind of reading this book during booktubeathon, but then I still finished this book in August. So let me tell you the synopsis. Oh my god. This book follows a girl named Rachel Chu, and she and her boyfriend Nick Young decide to go back to Singapore, you know, where he was raised, and they decide to go there and have fun, but mostly for Colin Khoo's wedding. So Colin is Nick's best friend, so this wedding is like a big deal, and you know, they go to the wedding and have fun in Singapore. But of course, Rachel doesn't know that Nick comes from a very rich family. It's just beyond what I expected, honestly. I mean, there are so many characters in this book, there are so many families, and almost all of them are rich in some way. So this movie is like, you know, predominantly about the characters and their interaction, their relationship, the families. Oh my god, it's like a lot, honestly. This is a pretty thick book. This is like at least 500 pages, and it's just so much because there's a lot of things going on. There's so many characters too. There's even a freaking family tree at the beginning of the book, and I'm not gonna lie, it took me a while to understand how to read this family tree because sometimes it can be very confusing. I did film a book review and discussion for this book, but still have not edited yet, so hopefully that video will go up sometime in the future, but I will try to put it up as fast as I can, you know, because I really went in depth in that video about, you know, the family and the characters, relationship, everything like that. So overall, this book was very entertaining, definitely, but at the same time, I still have some issues here and there, and I did go in depth in my book review and discussion. So overall, I give this book a 4 out of 5 stars, I believe. Yeah, 4 out of 5 stars because it was entertaining, and I am very interested in the second book, China Rich Girlfriend, so hopefully I can pick that book up sometime in the future. I have no idea when, honestly, because I have so many books I need to read right now, but the first book was entertaining. I'm not gonna lie, I read this book mostly because of the movie, because I want to compare and contrast. The next book that I finished is To All the Boys I Left Before by Jenny Han. Yes, I did reread this book before I watched the movie because I want to compare and contrast. That's just who I am. So I just finished filming a book review and discussion for this book literally 30 minutes ago, so you will see that video soon, hopefully. This book follows a girl named Lara Jean, and she has written 5 love letters in her life, and one day those love letters get sent out, and of course she has to deal with the consequences. That's literally it. I mean, there's not much I can say because I will have an entire video about this book, but it was a interesting read. It was fun, it was entertaining, definitely, but it's not my favorite book of all time or anything like that. I know many people love this book, but I'm not one of them because I don't love the characters. The characters are like very important in this book, and I don't love any of them except the dad. The dad is amazing. Don't even get me started on Mr. Covey, okay? He's cool. But yeah, just watch my book review and discussion for like an in-depth review and discussion, but not much I can say, I guess. Overall, I gave this book 3.5 out of 5 stars. Like I said, not my favorite book, I guess, but it was entertaining. I don't know why I'm like trying to make this book feel better. What the hell is going on? But yeah, I give this a 3.5 out of 5 stars. After I finished that book, the movie came out. So if you don't know, the movie dropped on Netflix earlier this month, and it's September now. Wow. It dropped in August, and it's called To All the Boys I Loved Before, and it's on Netflix. And of course I watched the film, and I loved the film so much. I have a video about me gushing about this film, and of course about Lara Jean, like the movie Lara Jean and Lana Condor and stuff like that. I have an entire video called How Much To All the Boys I Loved Before Means to Me, because this movie means so much to me. This movie is literally about Lara Jean, a girl who has written 5 love letters, and of course the love letters get sent out and she has to deal with the consequences. The movie is literally so much better than the book. This is my opinion, of course, but I just love the movie so much more, man. Like, I love the characters in the movie. That's crazy because I did not give 2 shit about the characters in the book, but in the movie it's just so much better, honestly. The things that I didn't like about the book is not in the movie, therefore making the movie so much better in my opinion. Just so many things I really enjoyed about the movie. I like how it's funny, but it's also cute and heartwarming and kind of sad at some point because they talk about very serious topics, and god, it's just really good, honestly. So I highly recommend this film. It's on Netflix, so watch it. Like, come on now, watch it. It's so good. I give this movie 5 out of 5 stars. It deserves a 5 out of 5 stars in my opinion. The next book I read is The Refugees by Viet. Thanh. I finally read this book. Oh my god, my shirt matches this book. That's amazing. I finally read this book. I talked about wanting to read this book for quite a while, and I finally read it in Vietnam. If you don't know, this is something that I didn't know before I read the book. So this is actually a compilation of short stories. So there are 8 short stories in this book. Of course, it was a journey reading them because they're all very different in their own ways, but overall, like, I feel like the main theme is war. The Vietnam War was like a big deal back in Vietnam, you know, and of course all of the short stories are like connected to the Vietnam War. I mean, you know, it's pretty obvious, but how do I say this? There are 2 short stories that I gave 5 out of 5 stars, but there's a few that I do not give 2 shits about. There's one that I really did not like I gave it 1 out of 5 stars because it pissed me off so much. But there's a few that was pretty average. Like, I like them, I enjoy it, but like, I'm not gonna sit here and be like, I missed that short story, let me take out this book and read it again. So overall, I gave this book 3 out of 5 stars. I mean, it's just a tiny book full of short stories, so not much coming out of it, honestly. I don't even have a favorite one, honestly. I mean, I said that I gave 2 5 out of 5 stars, but like, I don't even love them that much. That's the thing. So this is okay. I'm just happy that I finally finished it. Of course, the last movie I saw in August is Crazy Rich Asians, and I saw this film the day I got back from Vietnam. I'm not kidding. Literally the day I got back at night, I was like, let's go see a movie, let's go watch Crazy Rich Asians, and we did. If you don't know, this is a book to movie adaptation of the book Crazy Rich Asians by Kwan. So of course this movie was a big deal because it's like the first movie in a long ass time with like a full Asian cast. Like, everyone in this film is Asian. The plot is literally the same. It's about a girl named Rachel Chu going to Singapore with her boyfriend and finding out that her boyfriend is like fucking rich, like filthy rich, and of course he's connected to all these rich people, and that's basically the plot. This movie was so beautiful. Oh my god, it was shot beautifully. Like, damn, it took my breath away, honestly. Can I just say that everyone in this film is like really good looking? Everyone in this film is so attractive, especially Gemma Chan. Gemma Chan, oh my god, she's Astrid, and she is so beautiful. I cannot get over her. She's so pretty. And of course, Michelle Yeoh, an icon, truly. Everyone is just beautiful in their own special ways. Oh my god, I cannot get over it. But of course, the movie is really good. The plot is also very interesting. You know, it's like the same from the book, but I just like the way they did it in the movie because it is really good, and I like the fact that it's really funny, and I love the ending. Oh my god, it's completely different from the book. So, you know, there's like some things I like, some things I don't like, but I love that like battle between Rachel and who's Michelle Yeoh's? Eleanor. I love that game that they play at the end. That was really good. So this movie was really good, honestly. I give this movie 4.5 out of 5 stars. It was amazing, honestly. I cannot wait to get a sequel. Oh my god, I really hope that we're gonna get a sequel because I definitely want to know what happened to Astrid. Now, for music, in August, Sweetener, the 4th album by Ariana Grande, has dropped. I have a lot to say about this album. I feel like the first time I listened through the entire album, I was like, what the hell is this? There were some songs that I kind of liked, there were some songs that I did not really like, but now that I have listened to the entire album like over and over and over again, I kind of like it. I have gotten used to it, so now I actually like a majority of the songs. There is one song that I don't like, and I don't think I will ever like it, and it's called The Light Is Coming with Nicki Minaj. I hate that song so much. I always skip it whenever I listen to the album. So my favorite song right now, I love Get Well Soon, which is the very last song in the album. I love everything about it. I love the lyrics, I love the melody, I love her singing. It's beautiful. I love the message. I love the 40 seconds at the end of the song, you know, for like the people who were affected from the Manchester bombing. It's just a really great album. I give this album 4 out of 5 stars just because there's like a few songs that I'm still not a big fan of. Like I said, I don't like The Light Is Coming, but there's like a few songs that sound very similar, and I don't know how I feel about that because there are times when I'm just like, wait, which song is this? Is this Every Time or is this Breathing? I don't know which one's which, but it's just good. Like, this album is really good. So 4 out of 5 stars for Sweetener by Ariana Grande. The last book I read in August is this gigantic ass book called Tales from the Shadowhunter Academy by Cassandra, Clare, Rees, Brennan, Nguyen, Maureen Johnson, and Robin Wasserman. So this book is very similar to the Bane Chronicles. So it is literally a compilation of 10 short stories. I won't say much for the synopsis because it will spoil the end of City of Heavenly Fire, which is the final book of TMI, and I don't want to say much, but this book is literally so important to read. I will film an entire video for this book because I have so much to say. Even though the Bane Chronicles, I have said that for the Bane Chronicles, you don't need to read all of the short stories. You just need to read like 6 short stories from that book. But for this one, you need to read all of the short stories because they are relevant. You really need to read this book before you read Lady Midnight. So I'm so happy that I'm done with this book because now I can start the Dark Artifices, and I know what happened, you know, in that book because I've read this book. So it's really good. Like, this blew me away. There's some short stories that are freaking good. Like, which one's my favorite? The 4th one, Nothing But Shadows. I love that short story so much. Oh my god, I have nothing bad to say about this book, honestly. Even though the writing is off for like the first 2 short stories, I feel like the writing is kind of but that's about it. I give this book 4.5 out of 5 stars. I did the exact same thing with the Bane Chronicles. I basically rated each short story, and then at the end I found the average, so I kind of rounded it up. You know, I gave it a 4.5 out of 5 stars, but I really want to give this a 5 out of 5 stars because it was so good. Oh my god, I'm just very happy about this book, and I cannot wait to read Lady Midnight because now I am prepared to read the Dark Artifices. So that is it for August wrap up. It's been a journey to film this video because my throat hurts so much and it's really hot in my room. I cannot wait for the books I'm reading in September. Hopefully I read a lot of books in September because I'm starting school now, so I have no idea how I'm gonna read a lot of books and film a lot of videos. Oh my god, pray for me please. So that is it for today's video. I hope you guys enjoy it. Thank you so much for watching. Please like and subscribe for more videos, and I will see you guys later. Goodbye.